Hello, thank you for joining me. I'm on what is locally known as the Salt Line. And the history is that what you see is one of the original parts of the rail bed. And it was the Wheelock branch line. It was opened 1852 to 1858. A goods line only, carrying salt and products from the chemical industries in Cheshire to the potteries. And the wagons brought back coal to power these industries. Then later, 1893, passenger services were introduced, and a lot of the folks who worked in the industries around would go off to Trenton Gardens. The line finished doing this in 1930 and eventually closed in 1970 to become now a part of this salt line. And it's now a very, very rural area, apart from the sound of the traffic piling along the M6, just a little back yonder. And it's part of a trail that it covers about 5 miles of a walking loop. And this particular part, horses and bikes use it a lot. And there's a lot of dogs. One's just jumped up and made dirty paw marks on my trousers. But this area, rural that it is now, it was a busy industrial area, including large salt works. Now most of the salt works are over in the Middlewich area. But brine used to be heated in large open pans, and the white crystals of salt, which were used for washing soda, making glass and soap, they were scooped off. So how nice to see our industrial heritage reverting to a rural one, but being used. And a recent addition has been these markers telling us what each particular, well, not every one, but what quite a few of the trees are. Say she's standing under this gorgeous example of a spreading oak tree. So I will start sauntering. Just checking. Nobody coming either way, so I'm not going to get strange looks. I love it as I walk along, gradually leaving that hum of traffic behind, with the tweeting and twittering of the birds becoming more and more dominant. And the bracken. Gosh, it must be more exposed here than in my garden, because it's still very green in my garden, but here it's brown. And I wonder how many mini beasts are hunkering down, getting ready for winter under there. As I said, it's part of a 5-mile link. I've done all bits of it, but never done the whole. I'll have to do that one of these days. I usually manage to divert myself off, and I know I'll be doing that shortly. But I can feel that hum beginning to die down a bit. And with it, I can feel my starting to take over. I did wake feeling rather anxious this morning, and I knew I had to get out into nature, because that always allows me to get rid of that anxiety. And even though it was hammering down a lot yesterday, the surface of this path means that it really is usable throughout the year. I have put my wellies on because I'm going to go down to an area that I know is often a little bit more muddy. But along the way there are, whoops, tripping over my own shadow, bird boxes, owl boxes amongst the trees. And it is reaching the stage where we can actually see the skeletons of the trees, and the sun just peeping through there. As ever, I look at the dead wood, and I know it makes home for all those mini beasts, but I think, oh, wouldn't that be great for my wood burner? How I would ever get it here, from here to home. I don't even go down that one. So I'm just imagining that I'm on one of those old trains, and it's Sunday, my day off from working in the factories, manufacturing the salt, whatever. And I'm going with my friends in our Sunday best out to Trentham Gardens. Now that's somewhere else I'll have to take you. I've not been for ages. Not since before lockdown. Right, I'll add that one to the list. And now I can just hear a brook down below. The slope's a bit steep, so I've never ventured down there to find out if I can actually access the stream. I've got my wellies on, so I could even go for a paddle. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you for a while and move along, striding out a bit more than trying to keep my camera straight. And I've still not mastered that, so apologies for wobbles. Take care. Speak to you soon. Bye.